night, we had the first ever AP Music Awards pre-party at the House of Blues, headlined by the furious rocking Against Me. And here to present the next award is Against Me's own Laura Jane Grace.
Good evening, everyone. I cannot begin to express how honored I am to give this Icon Award presented by Black Star Amps to one of my heroes, the one and only Joan Jett. I was looking back through some old journals recently and found an entry from 2006. My band was out on the Warped Tour, and so were Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I had just got done playing and was sitting on the side of this trailer stage, covered in sweat, panting, and out of breath. Joan walks up and asks if I need a can of water. Holy fucking shit, Joan Jett is so cool. I wrote down in my journal that night. There she was, a total fucking legend. And she was hanging out with the rest of us Warped Tour wannabes. She wasn't hidden on her bus, off limits and out of touch. She was real. And that translates into the music. As the parent of a 4-year-old little girl who wants to be a drummer when she grows up, I can't thank Joan enough for the path that she cleared through rock and roll, refusing to recognize any pre-established gender roles. She didn't knock on the door and ask to be let into the boys' club. She kicked the fucking door down, and she did so with a double cutaway. But it's not about gender, it's the sound, that 4-on-the-floor rawness, the shred of her guitar, and the growl in her voice. The sound is androgynous, and it's so right on. She doesn't need me to tell you who she is. She's Joan fucking Jett, and this is for her.
Icon Award. Joan Jett.
I'm gonna take my time here. I'm shrinking, so. How's everybody doing? Listen, I gotta say, first of all, it's gonna be really hard to follow a speech like that from Laura Jane. All I can say is, thank you so much. It always shocks me to hear what people have to say about me, you know, in a positive light. And it's very humbling and virtually brings me to tears. And my speech can't really even touch on that. I thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, you know. And wait a minute, I gotta notice this great little symphony orchestra playing I Love Rock and Roll. That was great. Thank you, that was really cool. And also, I was meeting Ice-T. I was in the middle of taking pictures with him, and they said, "Let's go!" I don't think you really ripped yourself away from Ice-T, you know? I was about to say hi to Body Count, and I don't want to become one, so I want to go back and say hi afterwards. But man, they were great too. That was awesome. Love you, Ice-T, and I'll get back to you there in a minute. after I screw up this speech. But I just want to say, because it's not deep, first of all, I would like to thank AP and Mike Shea for this honor. Being the first, it's kind of dirty and it's great. I love being there first. So I want to thank them. I also want to thank Josh Bernstein and Kevin Lyman for helping to keep this music alive, and along with you all, the fans, keeping this music out there and listened to and noticed. I want to thank my parents, Jim and Dottie, who have passed away, who encouraged me from the time I was born to do what I wanted to do, that girls could do and be anything. And yeah, and when I said I want an electric guitar for Christmas at 13, they didn't say, girls don't do that. And this was at a time when people said that all the time. And so I just, without them, it would have ended right there. Who knows what would have happened. But I forgot these. No wonder I was looking at the page. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what I see he's talking about. I've lived what you haven't lived yet. You'll get here. Anyway, so yeah, my parents, they were awesome. I want to thank the Lagunas for believing in me and fighting for me. Right after we met, Kenny, who's my songwriting partner, my producer, my best friend, and my manager, he got stuck being that. Right after we met, Kenny used his child, she must have been 6 months old, I remember this. We used his child's future college fund to start what became Blackheart Records. We printed up, 500 records and sold them in the trunk of the car, and that became Blackheart Records. And now that child runs our whole enterprise. Damn right. So I'd like to thank Carrie Ann Brinkman for having the vision and the smarts to create and run Blackheart. Thanks, kiddo. I love you. And I'd like to thank my band, the Blackhearts, and everyone at Blackheart Records. Let's hear some more music, everybody. Thank you very much. All right.